NFT Shorts. Of course, we're back at it again. You know the deal. It's the home of NFTs and cryptos. So I've been getting into a lot of NFTs these days. And as I mentioned in my last video, I'm not super keen on selling just to make money, because I think a lot of these NFTs are going to have some really cool utilities coming down the pipeline. So some of them, of course, have launched with great ideas already and essentially good reasons to hold. But I genuinely believe that more and more adoption is going to come, and they're going to keep coming up with new creative ideas and reasons for you to hold these tokens. So unlike, let's just say, some type of crypto that you may hold in your wallet, it may go up and down in value, but that kind of may be it. Maybe you can use it in game to purchase something, or perhaps you can use it on a platform to get some yield, but these NFTs are often used for, I don't want to say much more, they're just used more creatively, okay? So the profile pictures or PFPs, they're cool, but imagine, the idea of holding a profile picture NFT that grants you access to some type of club or membership or discounts and rewards, all, various things, like I mentioned. So I'm grabbing NFTs on various blockchains, not just, Ethereum or Binance or Polygon, but also Cardano. And of course, today I want to talk more about the Emerald Paradigm, and that is Oasis Network. So the Emerald Paradigm is the EVM compatible network there for Oasis Network. So of course you can use MetaMask. It's that simple. You of course have to acquire some Oasis or some Rose tokens that you can get from various exchanges, or you can of course bridge your assets. We're not going to get into the whole idea of bridging from various networks to Oasis. If you're interested, let me know, leave it in a comment, join the Telegram, join the Discord, the link will be there, and we can discuss that and essentially show you how to do that. But for this, I really wanted to talk more about Oasis Network, the Emerald Paradigm, and the NFTs, and essentially where I believe this is going. So let's do it. So of course, if it's your first time to the channel, thank you so much for joining. Subscribe to the channel, of course. As I said, check out the Discord, check out the Telegram, join us on Twitter, of course. And if you're looking for a little bit more, if you're looking for some calls or some ideas and things like that, check out our Patreon right there. Of course, get access to Discord and learn more, and let's build this community together. So, this channel, we've done a lot of gaming, a lot of blockchain gaming in the year of 2021. And a lot of that gaming was based on the Binance Smart Chain, because in reality, the transaction fees were so low at the time. Since then, other networks are coming up. Polygon has definitely stepped up with the gaming. Avalanche has some games. Solana is absolutely there with gaming and NFTs. So I've been posting a little bit more on the Twitter page, and you can see that, there were some issues yesterday with some mints. I noticed actually this week, there were several issues with various projects I was minting. The launches didn't go super well, and I think the sentiment around the blockchains is kind of the same. So I just want to make that clear. We've had some issues lately, but we're not giving up on the space. I think there's so much more that can be discovered. So let's look at Rosart today, right? Rosart is a launch pad for NFTs, essentially a non-custodial NFT marketplace on the Oasis Emerald Paradigm, right? And the beautiful thing about this is, well, I personally have owned or got into all of the launches that have happened so far on Rosart NFT. So that includes the Oasis Wolves, Drift Souls. I do have one of the Eternal Flowers seeds as well, which I'll do a whole video on that in the future. Honestly, if you guys want it, let me know. I'm definitely going to do it. I do want to talk about it. I do have a seed. I earned that seed from some type of drop or giveaway through holding a couple of these Oasis Wolves. So the interesting thing is that these seeds, none of them are available to buy. They're only given. So it's like the truest fair launch there could possibly be. You can't buy them. You have to win them by doing different things, so that's one thing I noticed about the Emerald Paradigm or the Oasis Network NFT scene. It's quite small. I will let you know it's quite small. We're not looking at 10,000 mints. Of course, there are some, which we'll get into later. We're not looking at 50,000 or 5,000, 10,000s. We're looking at a few hundred, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 here and there, right? So sometimes the supply, even with those small numbers, have a hard time selling out. Right, so an example of that would be Oasis Wolves. They had to actually change their supply. I did grab a few, and I'm glad I did, because like I said, because I own that, I have access to other things. I definitely picked up Drift Souls as well. That thing sold out within maybe 30 seconds, something like that, 28 seconds to be exact, if I could say it like that. So today's mint is going to actually be Vengeful Space Apes. So let's take a look and see a little bit more about what Vengeful Space Apes to see what it's all about. So just quickly jumping into the Discord, we could definitely see, based on the frequently asked questions, that the background story of these apes is that it's a race to space is at its peak amongst the world's greatest superpowers. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but essentially, there are 888 apes, but only 444 are available to mint live public. And the other 444 are going to be used for different incentives, perhaps giveaways and things of that nature. Some of them do have roses in their mouths, so if you get something like that, essentially you're going to get your money back for your mint, which is kind of cool. They will definitely donate some if they're sold out, right? A percent of the mints will be donated to the animal rights charity chosen by the community, which is cool. So there's some DAO aspect there. There's some of the cool aspects of this I actually like. Let's go a little bit further. Some of the incentives. So there's a game of apes that they call a game of Apes. And these are held essentially every week. 100 apes are going to be airdropped to winners every week once this whole thing has been minted. Now, each ape will have its own rarity. And of course, if you possess 2, then they can essentially become some type of team, and you can take part in the Game of Apes feature. So if you want to get into this here NFT project, it's probably best that you simply just buy 2, right? So what these are going to cost is going to be, for whitelist representatives, it's going to cost 185 rose tokens, and for open public sale, it's going to be 250 rose. So I'll show you the price of that in a moment. We'll just check out the price in a bit, but let's just keep looking at some of the perks, right, for holding, essentially, right? You want to get into this game because and I'm personally looking for more details on it. I've jumped into the chat to ask questions, haven't really gotten the most in-depth responses, but I can definitely say, based on what I'm seeing here, that this is not necessarily definitive, but it's subject to change over time with the community as the NFT space grows, as Oasis Network grows as well. A lot of these NFT projects have partnerships, okay? And because the Oasis Network NFT scene is small, a lot of times it could be the same projects partnering with the same project. So there could be like 10 projects and 8 of the 10 are partnering, 7 of the 10 are partnering. So it's not like we're expecting to see a super extreme diversity just yet. We're really early, but this is also why I'm showing you this. I'm showing you this because it's an opportunity to get into something much sooner than the average person would get in. So let's take a look at the Rose chart. And I find this to be really interesting personally, because right now Rose is really looking like it's in a pretty decent accumulation zone. I mean, it's definitely below the 21-week moving average, and I'm grabbing it. I've been grabbing Rose for the past couple of months. I'm all into it. So everybody, it's up to you. Do your own research, see if this is something that fits, but definitely layer 1s. As a matter of fact, it's more like a layer 0 than anything. Maybe more akin to something like Cosmos Hub or something more like Polkadot, for example. It's very similar. So personally, I'm all over the Emerald paradigm, which is, of course, like I said, the EVM compatible paradigm. And it all starts with Rose, right? So let's take a look a little bit deeper at the Rosart Launchpad, because I want to show you everybody this right now. I want you guys to see this. Essentially, if you want to get your projects launched on Oasis Network, you may want to consider doing something with Rosart. I've gone into it. I spoke to one of the team members quite in depth, and I got a really, really good sense of what this project is all about. They're definitely planning on dropping their own marketplace with music integration depending on what NFTs you want to drop. So there's a lot going on, but they really got a step-by-step guide on how to create a smart contract using the Rosart Launchpad. It's really simple. I haven't personally done it just yet, but I've gone through the entire walkthrough. I spoke directly with a member of the team, and it really just gives you step-by-step guidance on how to do this. And for your total supply, whether you want to do some type of reveal, whether you want to limit the amount that people can mint per wallet, there's so many things, whitelisting, there's a lot going on. But the beautiful thing is, again, this is for people who out there who want to drop their own NFT project, and you need a platform to do so. And personally, I'm a big fan of dropping NFTs on smaller blockchains, depending on the size and the scope of your particular launch, right? If you want something and you've invested a lot of money into it, and it's a big project, you may want to go with something bigger, maybe like a Solana, perhaps Ethereum, of course, something like that, maybe like a Cardano. But if you've got something smaller, maybe a 200-piece mint, or maybe just you want to just tap into an ecosystem that's still growing, then definitely check out Rosart, something like that. So I also want to show you that they also have, DappRadar and Oasis Accelerator program. So this is beautiful. Now, there's one key thing to note about this. They have many different partnerships, but I want to make it clear that the application deadline is May 8th, 2022. So as of this recording, it's really roughly 10 days away. So if you've got something and you really want to drop something on the Oasis network, Emerald Paratime, I definitely recommend checking this out, the DappRadar and Oasis Accelerator program. It's beautiful, lots of partners. As you see, I'm just going to scroll through just so you can get a glimpse of what these are. Tons of partnerships, lots of money flowing in if you need it. And of course, it really depends on if you've got something good and useful. If you do, in my opinion, this is a way to win. So let's go back to the Vengeful Space Apes just a bit. Check out their Twitter page. This is minting in the next couple of hours, by the way, as of this recording. So by the time this is live, the whitelisting may be done and the public mint may actually be on. So I'm considering grabbing a couple, not a huge following, but they definitely have a decent amount, especially considering this is the Oasis network. Again, I wouldn't want to compare this to something like Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum, for example, or Solana. This is Oasis network, significantly smaller, but still really powerful. And I think this blockchain and its paradigms are going to have some major push in the future. Hence the reason I'm collecting Rose. So just want to show you, again, they've got a decent amount of support on their page. A smaller, lesser known blockchain. When I say smaller, I just mean lesser known, right? So definitely check that out. Also minting in the next coming days, as you see, Oasis World of Women. So, some people have issues with the idea of, kind of a copycat idea of NFTs, but as you see, there are only 555 pieces, right? Compared to the 10,000 that you might find on other blockchains, right? Another one in the future, I will definitely do a video on this later, is the Eternal Flowers seed. So like I said, I did get a seed, and the only way to get it is to essentially win it in some way. So it's the ultimate fair launch idea. So anytime you are able to buy this NFT, this seed NFT, it's because somebody has sold it on the marketplace. So I personally will be grabbing mine whenever they decide to drop it in my wallet, and I have no plans of selling because I personally want the utility. I want to see exactly how they're going to take it, where they're going to take it to, and I'm all for it. So I thought this was very cool, this website. It really introduced me to a lot of the projects that are on this particular platform, this Oasis network, right? So quickly just taking a look, you can see Eternal Flowers is there. I'm not going to do a whole talk on it, but I just want to show you that there is something going on here. People are interested, and I do believe that the project is actually quite beautiful, to be honest. It's really cool. So let's just take a look at Rose again. Let's see the price of Rose, okay? So Vengeful Apes, let's check the price. 250 Rose. Let's see what that's going to cost in US dollars. That's about $51. So, essentially, let's just call it $100. And you can then play the game and win other NFTs, possibly their different partnerships. Like I said, I'm always so interested in seeing what these partnerships are going to amount to, what the utility is going to bring. You probably end up finding this project on Tofu NFT. So I'm just going to show you this as well. This is a great place to find other projects on the Oasis network as well. I'm into the DAO Emeralds, Oasis Apes, Oasis Wolves, looking at Oasis Dogs to see what kind of utility they have. I was speaking with a member of the team, so they're still working that out. Rose Apes, the mint didn't go super well, and so I didn't really jump in it, but I'm still watching it. I've got my eye on that because they do also partner with the Launchpad as well. It's all about Launchpads, as we know from 2021 and of course earlier, but NFT launchpads on smaller blockchains could be something, so I'm just watching those as well. Definitely got some Oasis Punks, Dope Wolves, looking at that. Shinobi looked at that as well. I'm just trying to grab all of the really useful utility packed NFTs on the Oasis blockchain. I want to get there early because who knows what this is going to become. And the last place I'm going to talk about today is MetaMirror. So this is another place where you can find projects. I definitely jumped in here. I got the apes over there. I definitely got some of these swarm teddies. Looking at these roses, the AI roses, right? There's a lot going on. So let me just show you this quickly before we actually close up for today. Drift Souls, I think, is pretty unique. The art is pretty good. And so far, this seems to be one of the pioneering NFT drops on the Oasis network. So definitely check it out for yourselves and see what type of utility it has and see if you yourself can make something big of it, right? So Guys, join me on Twitter. Let's make this happen. Let's talk about NFTs. Let's join us on the Telegram. Discord as well is now open to the public, so do join. It is brand new, essentially. It's been around for a little while, but essentially what we used the Discord for in the past was pretty much for kind of like, dare I say, in a way, hand holding, helping people out to get into the Web3 world, blockchain technologies, setting up wallets, learning how to use an exchange. And that was really mostly used through the voice channels in the Discord. So the Discord's really quiet as of today, but I definitely look forward to a day when it's actually thriving. People are discussing their projects. I want people to feel comfortable, feel welcome. So do that, join us. And, thank you so much for checking this one out, guys. All the best to you. Until next time, take it easy.